When I set up Three Counties Spirits Co. in 2023, my goal was to just do things differently, ignore how things are always done, and just come at it from a fresh perspective. Now, the fact that I'd never distilled beforehand, I'd never worked with master distillers or been in the spirits industry in general, kind of gave me an advantage because I didn't have lots of preconceived ideas. I'm not ashamed to say that before I started making rum, I didn't really drink it, to be honest with you. I was more of a whiskey and a gin drinker. But back in 2018, I could see that gin was going stratospheric. I liked the idea of distilling, although I didn't have a clue how to do it. So I thought I might look into it as a little side project while I had the restaurants running. Obviously, I didn't have any intentions of doing gin because I felt like that was pretty well covered off. Whiskey can take way too long in a barrel and be a bit of a punt. So I landed on rum. I looked at the rums that I had on my bars. I liked them, but I didn't have a clue about them. So I looked up how to make them. Turns out relatively easy. One of the first rums that I decided to make was a spiced rum because it seemed to be everywhere, so I thought, let's do it. I didn't have a clue what a spiced rum was. So I Googled it. Turns out it's just a flavoured rum. I was looking at what other brands were claiming to put in it. I'm assuming at those sorts of scales, it's mostly just flavour drops and essences. So I thought I'd use my background as a chef. I thought about 10 different flavours that I really enjoyed as a chef. I then infused those into my base rum in different strengths. Spent 2 lovely days blending all of that up. And then I came up with my now pretty popular golden spiced rum. Now this one has been a bit of a controversial product since I developed it. Last year, so just after about a year of production, I did enter this into the Great Taste Awards, just like its cousin here, the pineapple. You can see it's got a little 2-star there. Nothing on this one though. And that was because the judges decided that the spice flavour was too much and it wasn't sweet enough. Now, having never tasted another spiced rum in my life, unless it was in a cocktail I was unaware of, I had no real kind of preconceived ideas of what a spiced rum should taste like, that it should be packed with sugar and be really sweet and artificial, and the flavour shouldn't be too much. My thing is about using real ingredients and creating as much flavour as I can in this bottle, because the majority of people are going to dilute it, and then you've still got a chance of tasting it afterwards. Or if you're like me, you love flavour and you like to just drink it neat. So considering the fact that I don't care about what other companies are doing, I don't want to fit a mold, I want to do things my way and do it differently, I kind of took the Great Taste Awards shunning as a 5-star award. Everything I was trying to achieve, I nailed it in the first year. And I absolutely love serving this at our tours and on the bar here in the distillery, because people kind of taste it. They have this preconceived idea of what a spiced rum and a golden spiced rum should taste like, and then they taste this and it's just nothing like it. You can taste the real flavors. You can still taste the rum. It's a rum, like you should still be able to taste the rum, right? And they really enjoy it. I bloody love this stuff. Just neat in a glass. If it's summer, I might add some ice, but generally just straight up neat as you like it. But I appreciate that a lot of people are putting it with mixers like Coke and things like that, and it still stands up and it's still bloody delicious. So how do I get all this flavor into this little bottle here? It's really simple. I don't use little flavor drops because it's not real. I use fresh orange peel, fresh lime peel, whole cinnamon sticks, fresh vanilla pods, whole tonka beans, and some dried ginger. Chop it all up, infuse it into my base rum for a certain period of time, strain all that out. I've then got this super concentrated, super powerfully spiced rum, add a bit of water to that, a bit more base rum, and then a caramel made from burnt sugar and apple juice. Again, unlike most brands in this industry, I'm not buying vats of distiller's caramel, which is just E numbers. I am putting a pan on a stove, adding some sugar, burning it, adding some apple juice. So it's not sweetness of sugar syrup, it's that kind of nuanced, deep, burnt sugar caramel flavor. So you get a bit of sweetness to counter the bitterness of the citrus, but you also get that depth of flavor. And I only add a touch. You can see it's not as dark as the pineapple because there's not a lot of caramel in here. It's just the right amount to create what I think is a beautifully balanced spiced rum. So if you are sick of the usual overly sweet, overly processed artificial rums out there, have a little go. Pop online. If you sign up to the mailing list, I'll give you 20% off your first order. Makes it a little bit more easier on the purse, shall we say. Probably brings it in line with some of those mass-produced junk rums. And have a little go and see what you think. I promise you, you won't go back. You'll love it just as much as I do, and you'll be coming back for more. But the only thing left now for me is to go and make some more because I'm running low because you lot keep buying it. So cheers.